And welcome back to more Splatoon 2. Last time we went over the regular battles, the turf wars, and this time we're playing ranked battles, which is the most stressful mode of this game, if you ask me. So, ranked is divided into 4 different modes. The first one we're going to show off, because it happens to be in the rotation at the moment, is Rainmaker, which is returning from the first game, but works a little bit differently, because the Rainmaker actually controls a little bit differently. One other major change is ranks are different in this game. There are 4 separate rankings for each mode. So we have a B- in Rainmaker, but unlike in Splatoon 1, that B- doesn't mean we have a B- in everything. We are only ranked in Rainmaker if we lose. We don't lose rank in tower control, for example, which is nice. It's actually one of the really good changes that I'm a fan of. So we have Rainmaker, which is not my favorite of the bunch. It's actually kind of like third favorite, I would say. So the goal is to grab the Rainmaker and then take it to the other side, which is easier said than done. By the way, the Tri-Slosher I'm using now is actually not that bad in ranked. It's kind of overpowered. Everyone, if you talk to anybody at the beginning of the game, they'll tell you how broken it was. It's still kind of broken, but I think it's a lot more usable. So now they need to take it to our base, which is easier said than done. This little pedestal right here, so I'm gonna ink it. If you have the, like, shield thing, where it's like you can put up like a little barrier, if that's not a bad option to put a barrier on there to make it harder to get up there onto the point. If the Rainmaker falls, it will reset back to the center. These rank matches are really stressful, so I tend to not play ranked. This is like the first time I've played ranked in months. But this is a good round so far. A very solid start. Kind of had a rocky beginning, but we seem to have pushed them back pretty far. Yeah, Tri-Slash is pretty good, to say the least. So the explosion from destroying the barrier also is really good against taking out the other team. But that's actually Rainmaker. Just gotta get the Rainmaker to the other point. To discuss what it's like to have the Rainmaker, basically you charge it up and you launch like an ink grenade that like blows up and just spreads ink in the vicinity. It is honestly not that good, so if you're wondering why I didn't really go for it that much, it's because I usually don't like being the person carrying the Rainmaker, like actually defending. But as you can notice, we actually got a lot more experience ranked battles, which is great if you want to level up quickly, but you also gain fewer points if you just happen to lose, so it's a risk versus reward situation. And with that, because you can't choose what match you want to play whenever you want to, we need to wait an hour to play the next mode, which on the schedule is tower control. So, just a moment. So, tower control is now in the rotation with Starfish, Main Stage, and Walleye Warehouse. So we're going to be taking a look at this mode. This is another returning mode from Splatoon 1. The basic rules are you have a tower that you have to ride to your base. Or is it to the other side's base? I think it's to the other side's base, actually. I don't play ranked. Is it obvious? So I'm still rocking the Tri-Slosher because, again, it's actually really good for this mode as well. Maybe yeah, I think it's to the other base to make it harder. Walleye Warehouse is a returning map from the previous game. I immediately got splatted, so that's a good start. And basically, you just ride the tower. If someone's on the tower, they'll automatically move to the other side, so you just have to be on the tower. Things like sprinklers are actually really good for trying to keep people off of the tower from the other team. But this is also a very chaotic mode, so it's really fun, actually, but it's very difficult and very stressful. So I'm not going to be playing a ton of it. I'm only going to do 1 round of each multiplayer mode. I died again, because I am extremely rusty at this game, clearly. And they have the lead. So we are imminent danger of losing, which is a great start. Okay, he shielded at a really good moment with that tent umbrella, whichever umbrella that is, so I can respect that play. Even though I died there, I respect the very, very high level play there. Maybe that is a high level play, but the point is it was impressive, so I am impressed and I am not sour about actually getting hit there. Anyway, we got one splat finally, and now we're kind of taking it back, but they have a huge lead on us. So another reminder, you can either do a KO, which is just to get it to the other side, or you can also just win by whoever has the most points at the end of 5 minutes, whichever you prefer. Obviously a KO is better, but sometimes you get a real struggle that ends up being kind of stalemate, so it does matter points. Points are very important, so I would highly recommend trying to prioritize just pushing the objective even if you are behind. I think we have no shot at this though. I'm pretty sure we're gonna lose this, because this is kind of turning into a blowout very quickly. They have the upper hand, they have the momentum on their side, so I think we're kind of screwed. But we're gonna put up a fight. We're not gonna give up quite just yet. We're on checkpoint 1, well they're already past checkpoint 3, so that's just how much farther ahead they are. Ooh, that slosher is really good. I'll have to look into that. We have ink armor on this, so we can actually power up our teammates, so that's part of the reason why I like to run NZAP and ink armor, and also slosher and ink armor, because it's actually pretty good for tower control, because it's a very intense match. We barely took the lead by 1 point, so if we can just hold it in the center, we'll still win extremely barely. So this is a very tight game, and I'm all in. This is really fun when you have just a really close, intense match. Win or lose, it's a good, strong offense and defense from both teams, so I'm okay with this outcome. I think they're still gonna win. They have it in our territory, so they only need like one more strong push in order to win. So we gotta stop them here now. Try to push it back to the center, kind of keep it there because we have 1 minute left. We're gonna take out this guy because he's actually being a problem, like playing really well. So we gotta kind of go off the tower for a moment. So we have ink armor again, so that's good. Or not. I was gonna say we can survive more now, but we immediately get splatted anyway. So we keep taking it and losing it really fast. So again, this is why I like tower control, but also can't play too much of it, because it is very stressful. It is very intense and fun, but again, it is a little much for me in long bursts. I tend to kind of have to play in short bursts. That Explosher is really good, and again, this is the kind of game where I can kind of respect them for just being really good at that weapon. It's like, if you have a really good game, I can't be mad. If you have a really bad game, then I can be a little bit upset if a lot of stuff just works out not in your favor, kind of. Like teammates not cooperating, then I tend to be a little bit more sour about losing. But if it's a really solid game, I can't be mad. Anyway, we won. Barely. 1 point. That was extremely clutch, and I'm really glad it came down to the wire like that. This is how intense rank can be, and it's a lot of fun, but again, I feel like short bursts are good because it is extremely stressful. B+. So yeah, obviously I played this a little bit more than Rainmaker, but not a lot. Next up is actually my favorite ranked mode, which is Splat Zones, if I'm not mistaken. So yet again, it's gonna be about 2 hours for me, it's gonna be about 10 seconds for you, but be right back. So our next mode is Splat Zones, and funny story, you may notice my stats are different. I was about to record the video for the Splat Zones, and the Splatfest started and kicked me out, so I couldn't record until after the Splatfest. So yeah, these last couple videos are gonna be slightly out of order. Anyway, this is Splat Zones. There's a traditional King of the Hill style mode where one team tries to hold a central area while the other team tries to reclaim it. So, this color of ink I don't think was actually in the original at launch. It was added later when they added in Ika Musume gear for Squid Girl. A little cross promotion. So this is Splat Zones. You have the meter in the top and the middle to indicate how inked everything is. And you have the timers indicating how much time you need to a KO. So the gimmick is if you lose the territory, you get penalized. You end up getting a certain amount of time added to your actual timer, including a harsher penalty depending on how long you go before losing it again. So we have to actually drop an extra 10 seconds because we lost in the first place. But if we manage to take it back, they'll have a pretty harsh penalty. So this is still anyone's game. They have 28 extra seconds. So again, still anyone's game. Also, I'm rocking my Splatoon 1 gear for the heck of it. And I'm also playing as an Octoling for the heck of it. Because, hey, Octoling's lost, so might as well still be an Octoling. Show all the Inklings who's boss. So we managed to retake the lead, but if we lose it again, we'll be kind of screwed. Case in point, they're gonna take it back, it looks like. Because they're pretty well attacking that area. We actually managed to, wow, we actually managed to take it back. That's surprising, actually. So whoever has the lowest time, not counting the penalties, after the 5 minutes automatically wins, but again, as usual, you can get a knockout victory. I'm higher ranked in this mode than, like, Rainmaker, so I think that's part of the reason I'm having some trouble, because I'm being paired up against really good people. We're rocking blasters and dualies and all these things. I should have come with better equipment. But I just want to use this gear because I like it. That is upsetting. 3 seconds left. The good news is, hey, it's going to be hard for them to catch up. The bad news is, that makes it really hard to get a knockout victory. I was trying to get both of them, but it just didn't work out. Okay, so now their penalty is gone, so we have a chance, we got it back. So that means, oh, that didn't last long. But again, the penalty doesn't go back up if you lose it, it just detracts any time you have control. So yeah, this is a very strict penalty because we lost it with 3 seconds remaining. So that was just really bad luck there. We could have held it just a little bit longer. I hate rapid blasters, for the record. That is the one weapon I did never know how to fight. I do not know how to approach a blaster in terms of countering, because the rapid blaster in particular has really good range. So I find it really difficult to counter. So just do your best to not die. The Lunar Blaster is the worst, but it's actually short range, so I usually don't have a problem with it because it's so short range that I almost never actually have issues because I usually go with long range weapons. Also, this is really unfortunate because that Ink Storm is kind of covering up this area, so this is not going well. They could very easily come back and take it at the last minute because they only have like 30 seconds, so we need to get on the point ASAP. We gotta do a blaster, that'd be nice. Get on the point, drop the bomb. I was trying to use the Ink Storm, didn't quite work. Yeah, they took it at the very last moment. Wait, they lost it. Okay, so that's good. So it's not actually real seconds, it's like Mario seconds, aka faster than real seconds. So this is a tense game, and I'm really digging it, actually. It is very intense, switching back and forth a lot. We've been actually getting really good games in this little multiplayer showcase. Haven't had too many, like, blowout victories. It's been close every time, and it's actually nice. Ranked is super competitive, though, so it's like, what did I expect to happen? I guess I should have expected this to be very fierce. 10 seconds left. Okay, they lost control, that's good. If we can take it back, we win. Got it. That was a good game. But now, we only have one more mode left, and we can't say that we've saved the best for last, because it's actually the least popular mode, Clam Blitz. So, be right back in 2 hours for me, about a second for you. And we have our last ranked mode to showcase, Clam Blitz. Now, you'll notice I changed my gear once more, and it is actually the gear that was the pre-order bonus for the Octo expansion. The headphones and shirt I am currently wearing are the pre-order bonuses. They're apparently pretty good sets of gear, too. The shoes are not. You only got 2 items for pre-ordering. Anyway, this is Clam Blitz on the fairly recent map, Wahoo World. Basically, it's kind of a football-y thing. You have to get these little clams, and when you have enough, you can toss them into the goal to break the barrier. And then you can toss more clams in. It's not good. I don't think I've talked to a single person who actually likes Clam Blitz. To put it bluntly. Pretty much no one likes this mode, from what I understand. It's just kind of weird. It's kind of overly convoluted a little bit. But it's alright. It's not terrible most of the time. So like, that guy there has enough. He has 10, so he can break the barrier. And then everyone else can start launching stuff into it. And the more clams you throw in, the longer the time you have to throw more in. So it extends it. Then the barrier goes back up. It needs to be broken anew. Oh, I did not mean to splat that guy. I was going after this guy, and then I got something completely different by accident. So I guess I'm not that good at this mode. Surprise, surprise. Like Splat Zones, you do have penalties if you do fail, or in this case, if you drop the ball. Haha. Other than that, yeah, it's just a lot of this. I'm not really familiar with the mode. I've barely played it. Like maybe once before. Wow, midair. That was cool. So we have a lot, so we need to actually go to the barrier now, which is easier said than done. Yes, I am spawn camping. You see that more in ranked than regular, I'd say. I missed really badly, but I was kind of just throwing it out of desperation. Okay, they're plotting over here, because they have a lot. So they're just waiting, in show. So they missed. So that's good for us. Did we break the barrier again? Wow, we're actually doing okay. And by we, I mean them. I'm not contributing, like, at all here. There we go, I actually scored. So, that's Clam Blitz. Now for me to never play this mode again. I'm kidding, I'll probably eventually play this mode again. But if I have a choice, I'll definitely go for Splat Zones or Tower Control any day over this mode. Anyway, that is a look at Clam Blitz. I don't know how I got second place. But yeah, that is our look at the multiplayer ranked mode. So next time we will actually be tackling Salmon Run. Again, because of Splatfest and map rotations, things are a little bit out of order, so I apologize for some inconsistencies and level ups between videos. But, yay, all the multiplayer stuff is recorded, so no more of that. In any case, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Splatoon 2.